What is going on, all you stylists from the break room? We got to talk about viral trending topics and how clients are confusing the hell out of that for beauty products. Beauty products are designed for hair care products, and beauty products are specifically formulated and designed for your hair and for your face and for your body. Okay. It is very carefully balanced with all of that in mind. It's concentrated and it's focused to achieve very targeted results. What we're seeing a lot these days with these viral trends is that I don't know why people are opting for substitutes of anything and everything else other than just using the products that are actually designed to do what they're supposed to do for you. So we got a bunch of stuff to go through. John, I'm going to be throwing a lot of them at you, and we're just going to have to unpack it and break it down.
No.
I mean, it's always been a mind-boggling thing to me. I just never understood why, if you have the thing that does what it's supposed to do, why is there always going to be a group of people, and a large group of people, they're going to try to find some substitute to try to circumvent using the thing that's designed to do the thing?
No. That's my answer to everything today. No.
Yeah, I got you.
Look. I don't even know where to start with this, so I'm just going to start with the first thing that comes to mind, okay? Back in the day, I remember talking with my dad, and my dad was a 50s freaking greaser, right? And they used to do their pompadours with petroleum jelly if they, and he used to tell me that he would have to use like bar soap to get the petroleum jelly out of their hair, right? They used to have to use like some heavy duty lye type soap to cut through all of that. Let's just start with that, okay? Petroleum jelly is what it is. I can't even tell you. How many shampoos does it take to get it out of your hair?
I think I'm still shampooing.
I've been
shampooing since 1985.
Right. And you can still probably, slide a rock across your head. I am just, when you brought this up, I went digging, and there's so many things. You're going to take a cucumber. You're going to take some this, that, the other thing. You're going to blend it all up and then dump it on your head and then sleep in it. Okay? I mean, back in the day, cholesterol conditioner. Remember cholesterol conditioner?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We'd have clients that would load their hair up, wrap their pillow in a towel, and sleep in it. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. And then wait, what were you? What did you find? When we were doing the show prep.
Oh, no.
What was it?
The slugging trend.
Oh, now explain it, because slugging, to most people, slugging means hitting someone, but this means something completely different, does it not?
Beauty care. Yeah, in beauty care, slugging is more of a beauty trend, but it's more for a facial beauty trend. So you're supposed to slather a whole bunch of stuff on your face, get a thick, heavy coating layer on your face, and then go to sleep. And it's supposed to help your skin, especially if you have, it's supposed to give you a glow. It's supposed to give you elasticity. It's supposed to make you look, I don't know. It's like the magic beans, you take these pills and you magically get skinny again. You put a spoonful of something in your drink and you magically shed weight. Everything is there's I love when people call them hacks. I got this beauty hack. Just like when you just said, slugging used to mean I pop you one good. You were called a hack. That was like the most biggest insult.
Right. Right.
But now it's like, oh, do you have a hack? Oh, do I? I have a whole collection of them. I'm a walking hack job. It's interesting how words and their connotations and their meanings change over time. It's really interesting.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm probably going to piss somebody off or upset someone. Sorry, let me take that word back. I'm going to upset someone. Why would you go into your kitchen or what have you, spend the time to mix some concoction up, put it on your hair, where it hasn't been broken down enough for your hair to the molecules of the product, all it's going to do is sit on top of your hair. It's not going to get absorbed. Maybe a little bit will get absorbed unless your cuticle is standing straight up, right? Okay? Where you have a product, Care Therapy. I got right here in my hand, I've got Care Therapy Color Lock and Smooth, okay? Where that is designed for your hair to absorb it. Now, probably the cost of that bottle is going to be half of what you would spend in buying produce at the supermarket, grinding it up, and then putting it on your hair.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, help me because sometimes I look at my clients like they're completely out of their minds when they tell me the things that they do to their hair. Why wouldn't you just buy the specific product?
How does the expression go? The
Stupid is as stupid does?
well,
I'm sorry.
no, you tell me that every day. I'm trying, man. The it's the flash isn't in the success is in the mundane or something like that.
Okay.
Do you know what am I trying to say?
I kind of know what you're trying to say. I don't know it exactly, but okay, that works.
Explain that expression, because that's really the crux of all of this.
Is it, or is it just boredom?
Explain what I'm trying to say, and then I'll go through it with you, and it'll make more sense.
Say it again.
It's what is it? It's like in the mundane or something. The success is in the mundane, or something is
success is in the mundane. Success is in doing this. The regular everything, the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. Repetition. It's like repetition is the best teacher.
A viral trend is just that. It's popular. It's exciting. It looks cool. It sounds cool. It's got a lot of flash, jazz hands and all that crap. And that's the thing. It catches the attention. So if it's catching attention, then everybody wants to jump in on it because that's the thing. That's the in thing at the moment to do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So we're kind of going sideways a little bit on this, but we have to. If you see something, a trend or something on TikTok or whatever social media that you see it on, with all the filters and everything that comes along with doing a produced even little 1 minute video, it's what's that term from? It's a fugazi. It's nothing. Okay. Just because whatever star is doing something now, I don't know. We're getting sideways. We're going sideways on this, but my point is we have, and I use Care Therapy because it's one of my favorite lines, and they have everything you need for most situations with your hair. But with that being said, why would you not buy what your hair needs and not try to fix it from your freaking pantry? Is my question.
Okay. Okay. Carrot therapy, for example. Okay, so carrot therapy has you got moisture and color protect and repair and blonding
Smoothing
tone.
systems and
They got smoothing systems. Okay. All right. All right. Let's play along. I'll play along. So moisture, the moisture collection. Okay. So
okay,
they got leave-in, they got mask, they got shampoo, conditioner, right? Moisture.
right.
So what is it everybody is struggling so much with moisture? Why? Why is everybody struggling so much with retaining moisture in their hair?
Because everywhere they go, well, especially now especially in our climate, every building you're in, they're kicking the heat on. It's dry air, and what does hair do when it needs moisture? Eddie,
Reach for it.
it starts reaching for it, which means what? It means fly away. It means frizz. It means the
Yeah.
hair starts expanding because it's reaching out for that moisture, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to my question to you: is as a professional, because sometimes you are a professional, sometimes I'm a professional, other times not so much. But point being is, so as a professional, would you not, instead of your client putting, like I just had a lady last week, she was putting coconut oil on her hair,
Okay.
but not, she would just she wasn't shampooing it out, she was just rinsing it out. So there's actually this film on her hair. Why would you not? And I asked her this question. I said to her, why would you not take this? And I put daily smoothing cream in her hand. And I said, why would you not use this? This will look, and we used it to blow her out. And I said, why would you not use this instead of going into your pantry, getting out your tablespoon and and she just kind of looked at me. And I'll give you the example that I gave you earlier today when we were kind of hashing this out a little bit, you and I going back and forth. I said, if you have an ear infection and you go to your doctor and your doctor prescribes you an antibiotic for your ear infection, okay? You go to the drugstore and you get the prescription, correct? Or do you go over to the over the counter because your grandma used to take castor oil to kill infections? Or do you go get some castor oil? Which one are
You
you
see
going
me
with?
smiling because my wheels are turning right now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you
Okay.
being the resident Italian here. What is it with the cortisone? Why does that fix everything?
Cortisone cream fixes everything. You don't understand. That and Windex. Spray it with the Windex. That Windex.
All right, well then you're a walking TikTok trend. You just debunked your entire argument right there.
No, I didn't. Because the antibiotic is going to knock that infection out of your system in days instead of weeks, unless you really like being miserable. Which some of my aunts were. I mean, some of my aunts, if you made them a cross, they would drag it up and down the streets because they were the martyrs. Okay, I understand that, but point being, as professionals, we should be investing our time and our knowledge in product lines like carrot therapy. I'm just using carrot therapy as an example because it's right here at my fingertips.
All right. Well, since we're going on carrot therapy today,
yeah, since you know what, I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with carrot therapy because they pretty much have everything that you're going to need for any situations that come up with a client's hair. True or false?
Yeah, okay, fair. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about situations. So, okay, so moisture, yeah, you got leave-in, you got the mask. So that would take care of a lot of the dryness people are having. Yeah, okay, I can
right,
get behind that. So
right.
then, all these people doing these color protect, everybody's trying to preserve their color from fading.
They should.
So no, absolutely they should. I'm all for it, right? It's the way they're going about it. Some people, it's such a split thing. It's like they do absolutely nothing, or they really are doing so much, and I think too much to try to maintain and retain it. So then what are some good color protecting things that people can do?
Well, they have the mask, right? They have the color protect mask, correct?
That's the moisture mask could work for color protection.
Okay. But then you've
Then they got
also
the color
color,
protect. Oh, the seal. Yeah, the define shine and seal cream
yeah,
spray.
the fine. Okay, you've got lock and smooth, which is a fantastic. And we see we're going to segue right into treatments with that because it's a fantastic treatment that you can do post color. That's going to help seal that cuticle down and actually elongate the life of your color. And it doesn't matter what color line it is. Okay, you get that. If you can close that cuticle down and seal it in with something that's not food grade. It's not, I should say food grade, something that's not food or, I don't know, sewer water, or because that's going to become a trend soon anyway. You're just going to go out to
Why
the,
don't you start that and see how, and then tell me how that plays out? That
you
goes right
know,
in line with rub some dirt in it.
rub some
It'll
dirt in it,
boost
get
your
back
immune
in there.
system.
Did you die?
I don't know. Some days I wake
But
up and wonder. I don't know if I'm a walking corpse or if I'm
yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean,
what I'm doing.
let's be honest. Let's be honest with you. I mean, I'm gonna, once again, I'm gonna beat this to death for the next 40 minutes. Okay, is why when you can purchase something in your paw, go home, make it part of your regimen. Why would you do anything else when your hairdresser's handed you the keys to the kingdom?
Is the hairdresser really handing the keys to the kingdom to the clients? Is it really an education thing? Is it an awareness problem? Is
Okay,
it that stylists are just not educating enough? They're not promoting enough. They're not talking about it enough. Is everybody
so
too hung up on the trends and they're getting
so
distracted from the task at hand? Like,
so
okay, now I think you're onto something.
so you're gonna you did this purposely because I'm gonna go on a tirade now.
I know nothing. I know
Here's the
nothing. Thomas, no.
yeah, until you put on the mask. But here's the deal: as professionals, because I always like to use doctors because I
You hate
personally
doctor. I don't know what your hang up is with the
I
doctors.
don't
Like,
hate them. My doctor just kept me upright and walking. I should be
is it
dead. I
Dr.
should
Vinny
have died a
Boombats?
long time
Is that your
ago.
doctor?
Huh?
Is that your doctor, Vinny Boombats?
Dr. Vinny Boombats. Hey, overbite airs. Look, here's the deal. As a professional, we are professionals. We all have licenses that say we're professionals. As a professional, you should be making recommendations. You should be giving your client the keys to the kingdom. You're doing a service. Do you not then tell your client, this is what I used to maintain this color? You want to achieve this style. I use this, and this. Why would you not do that? And don't give me the crap of I'm an artist, I'm not a salesperson. Shenanigans. I call shenanigans because you are a salesperson because you're selling what you can do behind the chair. So take it to the next level and get your clients going on the right products. And the next argument. See, I told you, you're going to get me going on a tirade. I hope you're happy. Because the next argument is going to be, Well, they bring it right up on Amazon. Okay, so match Amazon's price. It's not there's not that big of a difference with the Amazon price to the salon price anymore, kids.
I think it's more expensive on Amazon these days.
Well, really, if you think about it, if you pay for Prime and bump it up, bump it up, bump it, and the tax and everything, here we go. So there you go. But we should be recommending professional products to our clients. Products like Carrot Therapy, products like not the freaking slug goo, whatever, for their hair. Maybe we should come up with our own product, call it Slug. Here, slime your hair. How would you like to roll over? How'd you like to roll over in the middle of the night and have your wife's hair just full of goo?
Slimer from the Ghostbusters?
There we go. We can use sewer water.
That was ectoplasm. That's not sewer water.
Whatever.
Big difference.
Whatever. I'm just saying. Well, there aren't many salons any salons that I've been in that there isn't a retail line. And most retail lines, and especially because I'm focusing on Carrot Therapy today because I've got two color lock and smooths back to back today after their colors, and
nice.
And it's fresh in my brain. So
nice.
Oh yeah.
All right. What about repair then? You know, repair is trending a lot. How to fix your hair, how to repair your hair, how to mend your split ends.
Really, we're going to talk about mending split ends?
Yeah. Because that's length. That's extra length that hairdressers are always trying to steal from the client.
Was it you and I that argued about this, or was it you, me, and Bernard? What's the only way to fix split ends?
Duct tape.
Gorilla Glue?
It fixes everything.
A haircut. Trimming split ends.
You hairdressers always trying to steal the client's length.
You know what? Then take better care of your hair so your ends don't split.
Stop shaving them and splitting them when you color it.
Oh, is that what his color split gives you split ends?
I don't know. What do I trust you? I don't know. Who do you work for? Huh? Let me get a tinfoil hat on right now.
I work for a little dwarf. He's about this tall.
Yeah.
And paces back and forth. That's who I work for.
I mean, that's the whole idea and the concept behind it, though. A lot of clients are always trying to hang on to every centimeter, every inch of hair they can possibly hang on to. You know, why is it when a client comes in and they always say, just, you know, I need a haircut, but don't take any length off.
Just dust the ends.
Just dust the ends.
Just dust the ends. What do you say to that when they say that?
I say, okay. I just say, okay, I agree. I don't listen. I just say, I agree. Have you seen this trend where they pull the tape measure and they're like, how many inches is this? Or they'll hand somebody the measure and they'll say, pull out 2 inches or pull out 3 inches, however much you think it is. And they do it to the contractors all the time. And they do it to the dudes at Home Depot. And those guys are pretty spot on. They do it to the hairdressers and they're like, pull out 1 inch. And they go like this. All the hairdressers are pulling out like a foot.
So, but see, and what's awesome is because I have the same thing that you have. Where is it? Because an inch to you and me and an inch to someone else is completely different. That's why I have my tape measure. Because I show them what an inch is with a tape measure, not my comb, with this tape measure. This is an inch.
Well, you know, I mean, I have the tape measure, obviously, because of hair extensions and topper pieces and volumizers. We always have to measure and see that it's going to fit their skull, their head. But when a client's asking for a haircut and trying to get rid of split ends, I always, whenever they start talking about measurements, specific measurements, I always push all their hair forward across their body, and wherever their hair ends, I always say, okay, like we're going to use this side. This is where your hair is at right now. And then this side, I'm going to start pulling it up. So is this good enough? Is this good enough? Where is it too much at some point? And when I find that when I start doing this and I start pulling it up on across their bodies, then they're like, oh my God, no, that's too much. It's like, okay, now I kind of got a better idea of what kind of length we're talking about. And then I'll even say to them, your hair is this long right now. You need this much cut off. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's how fried your hair is. You need that much cut off. That's an extreme amount. Guessing you don't want to do that. No. Okay, well, if we split the difference and we bring it to here, that's still too much. All right, split the difference. We bring it to here. Yeah, that's more comfortable. Well, then you got a lot of explaining to do for your hair, because there is something else going on, and it's hurting. It needs to be repaired.
Right.
Can you fix it 100%? No. Can you mend most of it and put it back together to get you by?
Yes.
Yeah, like a spare tire, get you by. You got to be more careful about it, though. Until you could get it completely fixed. And so that's what we're doing. We're doing a bunch of patchwork.
But then also educating your client comes into play there. Hold on 1 second.
Well, repairing and mending hair is not 100%. Like you can never do it 100%. So I see a lot of these magic fixes, and again, talking about the trends, you can't put it back together 100%. The analogy I use in class all the time is, I need a piece of paper. You can tape a piece of paper back together. And then some people argue with me, well, now it's reinforced because it's taped, so it's stronger than what it was originally. I'm like, yeah, you sacrificing flexibility. It might be physically stronger, but it's not going to have the same movement anymore, because you have fused. What you've done is you've fused, which for layman terms, you've melted the hair back together again. And it's not necessarily a good thing, So you got to do treatments. You got to use restorative products that are concentrated on fixing. A lot of beauty products are focusing on protein. Everyone's like, oh, keratin. Yeah. But which specific keratins? Which specific proteins? Which specific amino acids do you need to reinforce that correctly and properly? Like, I take collagen. It's good for elasticity. Yes, it is. But elasticity in the hair doesn't only come from collagen.
Right.
You got four different bonds to the hair that you got, or five. Yeah, hydrosulfate. Yeah, you got to reinforce each one of those. You got to pay attention to each one of those. They all work in tandem with each other. Repair is not as easy as people think it is.
No, and it's not a simple task, because that damage is caused by a myriad of things, and each person, it's individual. There's a big difference from chemical damage to heat damage.
A huge difference.
Okay, there's a big difference from stress damage compared to the person that doesn't believe in sealing and styling their hair. Because that's creating a situation all unto itself, right? If you're not going to close that cuticle down and seal that with a proper style, like you always preach, it's the same thing. You're eating the same thing. And then you've got someone who has that flat iron that they bought from the guy at the mall, at the kiosk. Doesn't have a temperature dial on it, it just goes to 450, call it a day. And they don't know how to flat iron their hair correctly, because they've never been shown, because they're too busy on their phone instead of watching what their stylist is doing. Yes, pet peeve, sorry. But, and they take that flat iron, the hair is still moderate, it might be moderately dry. I wouldn't even say damp, it's just moderately dry. And it's smoking, so it's working.
Hey, you said last week, if it ain't burning, it ain't working. So make up your mind.
No, we were talking about color.
All right. Well, then colors. To talk about color, then you got a lot of these violet toning, blue toning, blonde toning. Everything killing
Right.
brassiness.
Oh, yeah, everybody's got them now.
So why can't you just highlight hair correctly? And why are you always making everybody's hair so brassy that they're having to go figure out all these
Well,
different
you say brass. I call it caramel. Look,
I call it buttery
but
blonde.
brown butter. But anyway, well, the point being is there's always residual pigment. Always residual pigment,
Get rid
unless
of
you're
it. Just
oh,
highlight it out.
okay. So just take everybody to paper white. Call it a day.
That's what everybody's asking for, anyways. Why don't you listen? Why are you such a guy?
Gay. But okay, yeah, all right. So that's fine then. That's fine. But then what happens? Like, you remember when you were a kid and the newspaper would get delivered? It'd be at the end of your driveway or
Yeah,
on the
okay.
front stoop, okay?
Yeah, I
And
remember.
let's
Yeah.
say, and remember your parents sometimes wouldn't get the paper and it would sit outside for a day or two. What happened to that white newsprint out when it was out in the sun? It would yellow, right?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, with yellow. So
Okay. So hair is the same thing. It's going to oxidize. So that way you need the bluing. You need your grandma when she used to wash your tidy whities and your t-shirts. If they didn't put any bluing in the wash, they would always get kind of yellowy gray, right?
no, she bleached a mess out of everything.
Yeah, but bleach eventually turns
with,
everything.
with nuclear fallout. She
Yeah,
bleached a mess out of
but
everything.
but I bet you your grandma had a bottle of bluing that she used to throw into her whites too to get them nice and bright, right?
Sure. I don't know. I wasn't there.
So
So
anyway,
what I'm hearing you say is the sun is the problem, and we should
yeah.
just all be in
So
forever darkness all day.
everybody should live like you inside of a coffin and only come out at night.
Blackout windows for everybody.
Welcome to Eddie's world, guys.
This is
Well,
why my hair never turns yellow.
and that's how you get that nice pasty pale complexion.
Look, my skin is not yellow. I don't have any
Yeah.
brassiness in my skin.
Well, and that's because you've been slugging too. But we won't talk about what you've been slugging. Eddie uses Crisco.
Yeah, right. So I'm finger looking good.
But once again,
it's the whole thing of it.
as highlights and blondes get older, they're going to oxidize. So you need the violet or the violet shampoos or the blue shampoos, depending on what that underlying pigment is. You need that. It is a must. And also, guess what, kids? As much as I freaking hate it, I used to argue with a fellow colorist a long time ago, where he'd be like, "Why are you toning? Can't you formulate?" Huh?
We
Now,
talked about this before a couple weeks ago.
yeah, 50% of the time, yeah, you formulate to the, if you let it process long enough, but there's always the unknown. And that's what you need the toner. Plus, toners will also help seal down the cuticle. Like last week, like our profitable stylist last week when we were getting up in art about clear glosses, and he almost quit on us.
He
Why are you
hates
not?
clear gloss. He does not believe in clear gloss.
Yeah, but once again, okay, fine. He doesn't believe in clear gloss. Then we could use something like a color lock and smooth, or you could use something like a daily smoothing cream. Then, if you've got the tone you want, you just got to seal that hair down, right? And once again, our clients do not have us with them 24/7. So when they dive into a swimming pool, or they're out on the boat at on the lake, or even like when you live in a heavily populated area like we do, there's a lot of chlorine in the water. Sometimes you can smell it. Those are all things that we fight against, and that's why I don't believe in the hacks or the old trends. We have products that can be put into our hand right away.
What about volume?
What about volume?
The- the- the-
Give me a good volumizer any day of the week. There's a whole since we're talking about carrot therapy
Well,
has a whole volume
mousse
line.
too sticky? Isn't the root boost too I don't know, not boost enough?
So if you put the root boost in and you style your hair the way you've been taught to style by your
I wash and
stylist.
go. I don't have time to style. Okay, I'm busy. I got things to do, and I got to sit in traffic through the drive-through because it's backed up.
You got to sit in traffic. Why? Because you want your pumpkin spice latte, mocha
That's
choca?
so I don't have time.
Get out of here. Get out of here. As professionals, you've got to tell your clients how to style their hair. And yeah, if you're just going to wash and go, then don't expect to have a good hair day.
Well, but if I put Jojo
Yeah, jojoba you're talking about?
or if I put a Brillo pad, if I rub my hair with a Brillo pad, I'll get good volume.
Yeah, because you're just texturizing the hair with the Brillo pad. You're gonna get a lot of those short lengths to prop those long lengths up.
Then why do I need mousse?
And then do it in the hairline too, because it'll be really fun when you pull your hair back.
Maybe we should try that. Let's start our own viral. SOS pads. Let's go.
SOS pads. Plus plus with the cleansing agent SOS pads, it'll take out the freaking the petroleum jelly.
I want to do a haircut with an SOS pad. Let's do it on Monday.
Okay.
Maybe it's a nice way of getting rid of split ends without getting rid of all the split ends. Maybe we could split the difference. Split the difference. Aha! Badam pishu.
Thank you. Eddie will be here all week. I watched an old. You know how the videos kind of cycle through on social media.
Yeah, okay.
The guy that was the Asian guy that does the haircuts with the meat cleaver. Have you seen him?
Oh yeah.
And now they added to it where he texturizes. It's this giant cutting board that this hair is on, and he texturizes with the meat cleaver. There you go.
Okay.
But with volume, any volume product, you have to A, apply correctly, B, style your hair correctly. We're going to go right back to what you were talking about earlier, where it's, there's the magic pill or the magic spoonful of stuff that you put into your tea, and and all of a sudden your life is that much better. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Hair does not work that way. Hair works by we as professionals, educating our clients, because they're only going to retain about a third of what you say to them anyway. So if you, and as we talked about, repetition being the best teacher, if you keep over and over again, they're going to get with it. And when their hair starts looking better, then you look that much better.
I spend time with my clients. I make them do their own hair. I really want, that's the best form of repetition. When we're done at the end of the haircut and the color service and the hair extensions and the whatever services, I always hand them my brush. I always hand them my blow dryer, and I tell them to start blow drying. And I work right hand in hand with them. And as we're going through it, I'm explaining to them why I'm needing them to do the section that they're doing the specific way, how they want it. And then at home, they can replicate it. That's the best way for them to be able to replicate it. It shows them what they need, and then the products, I hand them all my products too. And I make them do it. It's basically practicing presentation. You just got to pretend you're doing a presentation each and every time.
I agree. And now, just to wrap all of this up into a nice, neat bow. Do you or do you not believe in the hacks? Go on record.
I don't know. The product, I don't believe in the product hacks. There are life hacks, there are cooking hacks, there are hair excuse me, hair styling hacks that I do believe in. And they're kind of fun. But when it comes to the product stuff, I let me say it the right way. It's not that it's that the product hacks is always substituting. I mean, I guess any hack is substituting one thing for something else. But when it comes to balancing pH, porosity, condition of hair, tensile strength, core strength, the disulfide bond, the hydrogen bond, the salt bond, like all the different things. Now we're talking science. We're not talking, oh, twist your hair like this and leave it for an hour and then untwist it and it'll just be curly. You don't have to curling iron your hair. Like that's a temporary thing that you're doing for a short-term solution. I don't consider that a band-aid fix. I just consider that you're substituting one way of doing something for something else for the moment, and that's okay. But when you're trying to substitute long-term solutions with short-term band-aid fixes because you want that instant gratification now, you can't wait. That's where I struggle with the beauty hacks. It's no different of, oh, I did this for a week and I lost 5 pounds. No, you didn't. You peed. You gave yourself a cleanse for a week is all you did. What happens on week 2 and week 3 when you don't have any more water weight to shed? When you don't have any more immediate weight to shed, week 2, week 3, why does most diets fail after the first month? Because it's when you get to week 3, week 4, that's when you got to really start shedding the weight. You could brag about, I lost all this weight now. Can you maintain losing that pace? That's rough. And it's the same thing. Oh, I did this and my hair feels amazing this week. Yeah, this week your hair feels amazing. Can your hair continually feel the same amazing next week and the week after and the week after? Because it's not sustainable. That's where my problem comes in with the beauty hacks. So yeah, no, I can get behind some things, but not the ones when it comes for the condition of your hair. I say this all the time. This is why we have the products. The products are specifically formulated and concentrated to achieve the results that you're looking for and maintain those results for the long term. These are not band-aid fix.
That very succinct. That I agree 110% with what you're saying. And the thing to remember too is yeah, great. There's all these hacks. There's all these social media short, things that you can put into your hair. I always go with, and we talked about this, is these companies. It's not just two guys in a warehouse just dumping products into a vat and just putting it in a bottle. There is research and development that goes on with each and every company. You and I have been very fortunate where we've actually got to sit in a lab with a mad scientist and watch him reverse engineer and then re-engineer products. Okay, we're very fortunate. It really opened my eyes. And this was 20 years ago. It really opened my eyes to really what goes into everything that we have here on our stations and in our dispensaries. And the thing to remember is all these things, they work, but it's situation. Each thing is designed for a different situation, and it's up to us to make the proper recommendation for the situation. And it's up to us to educate our clients. End of story.
I want a scientist as a client. I used to have one back in the day. She was amazing. She would teach me all kinds of crazy stuff. She'd tell me all kinds of crazy stuff. Currently I have a forensic scientist, and the conversations her and I have are awesome. You know?
Yeah. I have one of my clients is a food scientist. She works right here for Kraft.
Oh, that's cool.
She works, yeah, she's a food scientist. And some of the stuff she tells me makes me not want to eat, which is good.
Send her my way, man. I like all that stuff. That's fun as well.
Yeah. So
engineer it.
So yeah, guys. I mean, I think we kind of beat it to death with the food hacks and stuff like that. Eddie and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. The comments that we get, it really means a lot to us. We really, really take to heart, and also any suggestions that we have from people, we do flesh it out. If you like what we do, please support us. Go to htbbeauty.com. There's the full Therapy line there that I've been pushing all day because it's one of my favorites.
You're hard up on Therapy today.
Dude, I'm telling you, they better send me a check or something. I don't know. Or free products. Free products, guys. But but anyway, if you like, go to htbbeauty.com. We will be back next Tuesday with you guys. And we appreciate each and every one of you, and we want you guys to make a difference one client at a time.
Get y'all next week.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.